Hey everybody, this is rosanamod, MouthyFox, the MouthyFox podcast. Welcome. This podcast is being recorded for Spotify as well, and I have my Audacity on. So no, if you go into the MouthyFox or MouthyFox on YouTube and you see me, my picture, that same picture, if you see it there, that's me. Please subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. If I can get 1,000 subscribers, I'll love you forever. And I will, be able to keep this channel at least motivated more to keep this channel going. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about the psychology of why, or not the psychology, but why it is that we close ourselves off to expressing our feelings and our emotions in a relationship when we feel something and we're asked how we feel about things and we just shut down and we get scared. I have a lot of experience with relationships. Why is it that we are scared to open up and share that deep part of us, even though we share everything else with someone? Like, you can sit there and talk to somebody about your personal pains in your life, your family, your past, your childhood experiences, your traumas, your deep dreams, your goals, your wishes, whatever, and just spill your guts out to this person. But yet, if they ask you, how do you feel about me? Or did you catch feelings with me? Why do we shut down? It's simple. For me, it's easy. I'll tell you why. It doesn't mean I won't tell you. I will. I plan on it. But this is the reason why is because we've built this protection, this shield around our heart because we've been hurt so many times. And I have been hurt so many times where I've always put myself out there. And when I love very hard. So I'll pour everything into this person. And I'll share everything with this person only to be said, like, oh, I love you. And they turn around and say, oh, this actually happened to me once. Yeah. You love me? Well, God, I really didn't want this to happen. I'm so sorry. I mean, I've always seen you as a friend, and I mean, I hope we can still be friends, but I'm not there yet with you. I just don't feel that with you yet. I mean, I probably will at some point, but we can still do this, right? What do you think I said? Needless to say, he's not here anymore, okay? I don't mean not here anymore like he's dead, but Fredo, you broke my heart. I took him fishing. He's gone, you know? That would have been a really good, that would have been excellent. He deserved it. But no. So when you have that kind of a relationship with somebody and you have that repeated over and over and over, and you give, and then you try to say to yourself, okay, the next guy I see, I'm not going to give that much. I'm not going to offer anything. I'm not going to offer him anything. I'm not. Well, let him do whatever he's got to do. I'm not going to help him in any way. If he wants to do it, fall on your face. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do. I don't care. See each other that much. I'm not going to give you what you really want to get. You're not getting any of that stuff. Forget it. That shit's gold. You're not getting any of it. You don't deserve it. But when you meet somebody and you really start falling for them, you're on automatic pilot when you fall in love. It's like you can't even control it anymore. Like, you're so confused, right? Because you don't know what's going on. That's love. That's what happened to me. I start giving of myself again. I start pouring my heart out. I tell you that I love you. And I'm like, and I stay loyal because I don't cheat. I freaking hate cheating, so I won't cheat on you. You know that. I'm a terrible liar, so you'll always know where you stand. I tell you everything. I make it so easy for you that maybe you get bored and that maybe you're like, oh, she's not a mystery anymore. So I've actually learned to tweak that part of myself where I am now. I do kind of keep the mystery going sometimes, but to me, that's kind of like still kind of lying in a way because I'm faking it, but I have done that where I'm keep the mystery going for you. So just so you don't know everything about me. But what I also keep in now is that reserved spot for when somebody asks, how do you feel about me? What do you think about us? There's that fear that you're going to say something that's going to hurt me. And you're going to say, I don't feel that at all. Sorry, but thank you for letting me know. Have a nice day. Can we still do this thing though that we do? The thing that I wanted to say to you is that if you are scared to show how it is that you feel, this is for men and for women, this is what you do. Get a piece of paper, get a pen or pencil, and write down the reasons why you're scared to answer that question. Let's just pretend that that person asked you, how do you feel about me? Or are you catching feelings here? But you don't want to tell him or her that you love her or him. Why? Why don't you want to tell her or him? Because you're afraid of rejection and you're afraid to get hurt. That's understandable, especially if you've had a lot of pain in your past and you don't want that again. I get that. And but what you're really saying is not really that you're afraid to get hurt. What you're really saying is you don't want to lose them. If you really think about it, that's what it is. And then you have to ask yourself, why are you afraid to lose them? Because they make me feel good, because I love how I feel when I'm with them, because they follow me. They know where I am at all times. They make me feel beautiful. It's like compliments overload. Not that I believe that that's an important thing, but for some people it is, and for me it works. I love the conversations. I love how he opens up and he tells me everything. It's like raw and open and beautiful, and I've never had that before. So when you meet somebody like that, and then that connection is real and that connection is strong, it's a strong bond connection. Like you feel like you know them. You feel so comfortable around them all the time, That connection and that bond, you don't want to lose it. Why would you? Why would anybody want to lose that? You know how rare that is? I've been looking my entire life. That's how rare it is. And I've never found that until now. When you've looked for a long time and you've lived your life and you've experienced a lot of people, and then you finally found this person who just changes everything, the way you look at life and the way you look at yourself, and you're like, why? How did this happen? I wasn't even looking. I wasn't ready for this. How do I answer a question like that? That's why I don't answer it. And that's why people don't, because they're not open and they're not expressive, because they don't want to get hurt. So the only way to do it is to write it down and explain to yourself why. The fear, you write it down and you put the fear, because you're afraid of rejection, because you're afraid of losing the person. Why are you afraid of losing them? You're afraid of losing the person because there are all these great things, and then it goes in a circle. So now you're talking about how positive this person is and how great this person is, and now you're falling into it again, and you're like, okay, there's no reason for me to be afraid. This person is great. The bottom line is, if you lose the person that you confess your love to, if they are not ready for your too muchness, if they don't appreciate everything that you've done for them, or they don't feel anything at all for you, then they're not for you. Then it's time to walk away. And I've made that decision where I'm ready to take that stand and make that confession, because I have to. If I don't, I'll always regret it. Not being able to say what I really wanted to say to somebody is the worst thing in the world. It's like you die with that guilt forever. You know, if something happens to that person and you don't see them anymore, why didn't I say something? What an idiot I am. But you have to be gentle with someone like that who's had all these battle scars. If you want to get the truth out of them and you really want them to tell you, you're going to have to put your feelings out there first and be ready for the response, because it might be what you want to hear. And if it's not what you want to hear, then why are you asking the question? Right? I mean, I fall back on that sometimes, and I think that, well, why would you ask the question if you are not already feeling it? But I can't assume anything, because sometimes, you know, the texts are confusing or the communication style is different. So you can't go by that. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, well, he acted so nice today. He was following me everywhere. He did this and that. And he held my hand like this, and he kissed me like that. But then there was that other day where he didn't want to kiss me. And there was, you know what I mean? So it's like you go back and forth, and you're like, it's like up and down. So I'm not really sure how he feels today. Might not be different than yesterday. Tomorrow might be totally different than the day before. I don't know. It's confusing sometimes. So you have to communicate better. You have to take all that. So if you're the person that want to be the bigger person and you want to get all those feelings out, be the bigger person and say, you know what, this girl, she's suffered a lot more than me. Let me just tell her how I feel. And then if it falls, it falls. I'll walk away. If she doesn't feel that way about me, that's fine. I'm ready to handle it. Or if she does feel that way about me and that's not what I want, well, that's something else that we have to talk about. You know, if you still want to see the person, you might be taking a chance, because I don't know anybody that would say, yes, I'll stay. Just keep coming over and we'll have sex, but I know you don't love me or care about me. I'm just going to have sex with you anyway. That's all I wanted to talk about. I hope that helped. Let me know in the comments below, really, if you've had any issues like that. Or I will talk to you soon. I love you. God bless you. And what do we say? We say ciao for MouthyFox.